Hello, Shallon Lester fans. Today we are going to be talking about something very important, something that has been all over the media, and that is how mean Ellen Degeneres is. I have been saying this for so long. Well, maybe not on my channel, but I have definitely been telling my friends, so that counts. But first, if you're new to my channel, there's two things that I love: crazy people and celebrities, because they usually give you the best free candy with exotic names like Adderall and Xanax. I mean, doesn't it just sound like a unicorn shat that out? Yummy! If you regularly watch my channel, you know I'm deeply intuitive, and I made some predictions about the Rona. Mostly that I would probably get bored and try to dye my hair with cherry Kool-Aid. And look, I called it. I freaking called it! It's like I'm psychic. Move over, Miss Cleo. There is a new sheriff in town. So, yeah, we'll just, go with this. I'm sure it'll wash out, right? I don't really know anything about dyeing your hair with Kool-Aid. It just seemed like something to do. So, more importantly, back to my credentials. Not to toot my own horn, toot toot, but I used to be the editor for Star magazine. Yeah, let that sink in. We brought you important stories like former Kiss drummer Peter Criss struggling with alcoholism and homelessness. Katie Holmes, is she abusing drugs? And that Ariel Winter's boyfriend is most likely a kept man. You're probably asking yourself, Shallon Lester, those stories were all false. How did Star magazine publish that trash without getting sued? That's easy. To file a successful lawsuit, an attorney must prove that the publication knows in advance that the story is a lie. The publication must have malicious intent when posting the story, and no, making oodles of money doesn't count as malicious intent. And lastly, the fake story needs to pose a threat to the star's reputation. So, reporting that a famous actor is pregnant, in rehab, or was kidnapped by aliens doesn't normally meet evidential standards for a lawsuit. Isn't America great? Today, I'm going to be doing a little bit of my armchair psychologist shtick. Now, I have no formal training in psychology, but I did read this: A Kid's Guide to Intense Emotions and Strong Feelings. So I think that qualifies me to make judgment about people I've never met in real life. By the way, I'm the smiling kid in the middle. Which brings me to today's subject, Ellen Degeneres. What a witch. Now, I've heard lots of nasty things about her, but I never reveal my sources, whether I heard it from the Googles, my hairdresser, or my own television. Protecting the First Amendment is important. Now, I've talked in the past on my channel about how to spot a psychopath, and yes, looking into the mirror definitely counts. To recap, let's go through the hair Psychopathy Checklist. Excessive glibness or superficial personality, a grandiose sense of self-worth, pathological lying. I'm not going to read the rest because you get the general idea. Plus, I'm not really sure what a lot of those bigger words actually meant. I know all about this subject matter because I used to work for a psychopath. And you might be saying to yourself right now, but Shallon, you work from home and you're your own boss. Doesn't matter. I worked for a psychopath and I had to do all the research to educate myself. The way this works is you go through the bullet points on the hair Psychopathy Checklist, and if it applies to some extent, you put a number 1 by the statement for 1 point. If it fully applies, it's 2 points, etc. For full psychopathy, you need to see a score of 30 points or more. Ted Bundy scored 39. Whoa. Let's see how Ellen Degeneres compares to Ted Bundy, shall we? I asked internet strangers to send me their true stories about Ellen. All of these stories are from verified accounts, so they must be true. Speaking of verified accounts, did I mention in the last 5 minutes that Barack Obama follows me? Oh yes. Yes, he does. So deal with it, okay? First story. Ooh, let's jump right in. I served Ellen at brunch and she didn't like my chipped nail polish. She complained to my boss and almost got me fired. Wow. She sounds like a sociopath. Don't worry, I know all about them too. Like, did you know most sociopaths will follow you into a dark alley and murder you? But this is important. All sociopaths are not psychopaths. I know this because I once watched a Netflix documentary. Or was it on Amazon Prime? Irregardless, it means I'm totally qualified to talk about all things psychological. Psychopaths are driven. They are real risk takers. This seems like it would be true for Ellen Degeneres, but I'm not 100% sure because I don't really know her, and that's because her life bores me. And not because I have no sources of confirmed stories about her at all. No, she's boring. But I will tell you this, she checks off too many boxes on the Psychopathy Checklist for me to be comfortable with her. Another internet rando sent me this message. Ellen has a sensitive nose. If she thinks you smell at work, you have to go home and shower. What an absolute sadist. I work with psychopaths like this at Star Magazine. I know it will really surprise you that I was laid off, but that's because I'm a rabble-rouser and I stand up for people's rights like Taco Tuesday and Pajama Pants Friday. Star just couldn't handle the truth. But back to more rumors, facts. Back to more facts about Ellen Degeneres. A custodian working for the show was fired because he was slightly autistic and kept forgetting that he was not supposed to look at Ellen or talk to her, not even to say good morning. Wow. Just wow, you guys. Now, I'm going to cleverly segue into Hitler. Did you know that Hitler passed animal protection laws and that once Ellen Degeneres raised money for animal charities? That's an interesting thread of connectivity, don't you think? Speaking of psychopaths, I bet you can't guess the top 2 psychopaths in modern history. Can you guess? Can you guess? I bet you can't guess. Okay, ready? Mother Teresa and Gandhi. Yeah. Mother Teresa was actually quoted as saying that poor people should smile more. Like, WTF, I don't care about your charitable works, Mother Teresa, because I have 2 words for you. Bodily autonomy. Nobody has to smile if they don't feel like it. Okay. And Gandhi? Gandhi was a pedophile. And no, I don't have to provide any proof because I use the words Gandhi and pedophile in the same sentence. I think there's enough said there. So, all of this stuff about Ellen Degeneres is scary, so very scary to me. And if you're not convinced yet, let me close with this. Ellen Degeneres used to be a stand-up comedian, and as is well known to everybody on this entire planet, most stand-up comedians are very broken people. So, do you think Ellen Degeneres is a psychopath in light of this transformative information I have provided? Comment down below. And please remember, however, that the only correct answer is yes. And before I end my video, I wanted to talk about the correct way to handle bullying, more specifically, body shaming. A lot of my younger viewers have asked me what to do about people harassing them because of their weight. Now, if someone calls you fat, here's a snappy little comeback that incorporates current events and a whole lot of class. I may be fat, but at least my mom's not an illegal immigrant. Don't make me call ICE on you and your whole family. Now I can hear you asking, but Shallow, what if the bully is white? Simple. Just call them a Trump-loving Nazi. Works every time. Now, remember, Miss Rona is coming after all of us, so spend your time with kind-hearted folks like me and less time with people like Ellen DeGeneres and Hitler. Remember, Taking care of your mental health is important. Stay safe, everyone.